Hello everyone, welcome back to another Taekook concert. Hope you will love it. The soft sound of bridal drums echoes through the decorated venue, stirring the white lilies hang from the entrance, fairy lights blinking like tiny stars in the bright afternoon. Guests move around, whispering, waiting, adjusting their clothes. Some were excited, some already annoyed that the groom was late. Inside one of the quieter rooms of the venue, Taehyung sat in front of the mirror. He wore a soft cream-colored, embroidered carefully for by his mother's hands. His brown hair was styled neatly, his eyes lined lightly because of he wanted to look good, at least for the pictures. His hands shook a little. Taehyung, maybe he is stuck in traffic, maybe his phone is off. He tried to smile at his reflection, but his smile didn't reach it. His eyes behind him. His best friend Jimin said, Jimin Tae, this is the third time you are calling him. He didn't pick up any of your calls. Taehyung, he must be busy. There is so many wedding things to handle. His voice cracked despite the effort to sound positive. Jimin stepped closer and rested his hand on Taehyung's shoulder. Jimin, you don't have to pretend with me. I know you are scared. Taehyung's feeling fingers tightened around his phone. Taehyung, I'm not scared. I want today to go well. Dongyu and we lost something in the last year, but Jimin hesitated, then said gently, Jimin, marriage doesn't fix anything. They two people do. Taeyong lowered his eyes. He had known deep inside that Dongyu had changed. He had felt the coldness, the distance, the way Dongyu never touched him, the way he avoided every kiss, every romantic moment. But Taeyong kept telling himself that Dongyu would come back. He loved Dongyu for 5 years, or at least he loved the vision of Dongyu he met 5 years ago. Suddenly the door opened and Taeyong's mother hurried in. Her eyes looked tense. Mrs. Kim, Tae, is Dongyu on the way? Some relatives are already kissing, asking why the groom isn't here. Taehyung, he will come, mom. Maybe something happened. Mrs. Kim, the boy ruined your Taeyong flinched. Taeyong, mom, please, not today. His mother sighed but didn't argue. She turned to Jimin. Mrs. Kim, please stay with him. I will go check outside. The door closed again and Taeyong's shaky breath made Jimin turn to him quickly. Jimin, Tae, listen. If something feels wrong today, you don't have to force anything. Taeyong, I'm not forcing anything. I think Dongyu still loves me somewhere. I think we can fix us. Jimin watched him silently, clearly unconvinced. After a few minutes, Taeyong stood up. Taeyong, I will go stand outside the room for a bit. Fresh air might help. Jimin nodded and followed him out. They stepped into the hallway. People walked up and down, laughing, talking, unaware of the panic spreading. Taehyung's father approached them. His expression was stern. Mr. Kim, Taehyung, we need to talk. Taehyung, Dad, please don't say anything bad today. Mr. Kim, it's not about that. Donggyu's parents has arrived without him. Taehyung's heart stopped. Taehyung, what? Without him? Why? Where is he? Mr. Kim, they don't know. They said he left home early morning. He told them he was going to the venue directly. Things and turned cold. Jimin, this is not normal. Maybe he had an accident. Maybe he suddenly froze. Maybe he changed his mind. The thought silenced through him like a knife. His father noticed the fear on his son's face and softened his voice. Mr. Kim, Taehyung, we are here with you. Whatever happens, you are not alone. Taehyung nodded weakly. They all went back inside the room. The buzzing noise of the guest felt suffocating. The air was thick and with whispers. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, Dongyu sat in a car with Sim, the rich girl who had confessed to him 2 weeks ago. She held his hand excitedly. Sim, We will reach the temple soon. My parents are waiting. Are you sure you don't want to call Taehyung? Dongyu looked away. Dongyu, no. If I call him, he will cry. I confess that, Sim. You could at least tell him. He said it so casually, like he was bruising away 5 years of someone's life. Sam didn't say anything further. Back at the wedding venue, Thang sat on the couch, staring blankly at the floor. Jimin passed around nervously. Jimin, I called his number again. It's switched off. Now Thang's toe tightened. Thang, why would he switch it off? Today of all days? Before Jimin could answer, the door opened and Thang's elder step-brother Jungkook walked in. Jeon Jungkook, 10 years older, tall, sharp looking, always quiet, always cold. He rarely visited family events, but today he had come. Maybe because he didn't trust Dongyu, maybe because he wanted to make sure Thang looked up at him with trembling eyes. Taehyung, did you see Dongyu? Said Jungkook shook his head. Jungkook, no. His deep voice was calm, but his eyes weren't. They were sharp, analyzing everything. He stepped closer. Jungkook, you look well. Taehyung forced a shaky smile. Taehyung, I will be fine. Once Dongyu gets here, Jungkook looked at him for a long moment, then said quietly, Jungkook, Taehyung, I have a feeling he wouldn't come. Taehyung felt like someone punched him. Taehyung, please don't say that. Jungkook, I'm not saying what looks clear. It's been too long. Taehyung says, Taehyung, please don't. I don't want to hear it now. Jungkook exhaled slowly, stepped aside and leaned against the wall with crossed arms. Then Taehyung's mother rushed in again. Her face was pale. Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, Mom, did he come? She shook her head slowly. Mrs. Kim, do no, but his cousin called. Dongyu was sent at the temple. Taehyung's breath settled. Jimin gasped softly. Jungkook stood immediately. Taehyung, a temple? But he was supposed to marry me here. Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, don't panic. Taehyung, is he marrying someone else? His voice trembled, pringle as glass. Jimin knelt beside him. Jimin, we don't know yet. Mrs. Kim Sim's family car is also missing. People said she left early morning. Things lips spotted, but no words came out. The room was silent except for the faint sound of the wedding music. Outside slowly, Thing stood up, his legs shook, but he forced himself to stay upright. Thing, Jimin, call Dongyu again, please. Please, he handed him his phone with trembling hands. Jimin tried again and again, switched off. Jungkook watched him quietly. His jaw was clenched tightly. His eyes were dark and angry. Angry not at Taehyung, but at the man who humiliated him. Suddenly Taehyung whispered, Taehyung, he left me. His voice cracked violently. Taehyung, he left me. Hyung, he didn't even tell me he ran away to marry another woman. The moment he said it out loud, reality hit him like thunder. Then collapsed onto his knees. Jimin rushed forward. Jimin, Taehyung sobbed uncontrollably. Taehyung, why? Why did he do this to me? Am I that worthless? Was I that bad? Did he hate me this much? Jimin hugged him tightly. Jimin, no, you are not worthless. Taehyung cried into Jimin's shoulder, his body shaking heavily. Jungkook moved forward and gently separated them. Jungkook gave him space. He knelt in front of Taehyung for the first time in many years. He touched Taehyung's shoulder softly. Jungkook, Taehyung, look at me. Taehyung slowly raised his face. Tears streamed down like rain. Jungkook, none of this is your fault. Taehyung bit his trembling lips. Taehyung, he don't love me, Hyung. For years he didn't love me, but I still hoped he would come back. Jungkook, you loved sincerely. That is never wrong. More tears fell. Him. He didn't even kiss me once, not even once in 5 years. I thought he was shy, but he just didn't want me. Jungkook's eyes softened, a rare sight. Jungkook, lift your head, don't cry like this. For someone who didn't value you, Taehyung shook his head helplessly. Taehyung, he abandoned me on my wedding day. His body gave out again. Jungkook catch him before he fell. Jungkook wraps an arm around him, lifting him gently. Jungkook, come sit. He helped Taehyung back on the couch. Jimin sat on the other side, holding Taehyung's hand tightly. Mrs. Kim, should we cancel the wedding? But what will be? Tell the relatives they are all waiting. Mr. Kim, we will handle them. But Taehyung, his father, didn't finish the sentence because Taehyung suddenly shut his eyes. His breathing slowed. His head dropped. Jimin panicked. Jimin, Hyung. He fainted. Jungkook catch him again, gently tapping his cheek. Jungkook, Taehyung, wake up. But Taehyung didn't respond. Jungkook picked him up in his arms. Mrs. Kim, oh my god, what happened to him? Jungkook, he is under too much shock. Call a doctor immediately. After Dr. Seokjin arrived, Dr. Seokjin checked his pulse and blood pressures. Dr. Seokjin, he fainted due to emotional shock. His body is exhausted. Let him rest. He glanced at Jungkook. Dr. Seokjin, be careful with him. He shouldn't receive any more bad news today. The family nodded. Seokjin left after a few instructions. Taehyung lay unconscious on the couch, his long eyelashes resting softly on his pale cheeks. His suit looked heavy on his wrinkled body. Jungkook stood silently near him, while Taehyung's parents sat nearby. Mrs. Kim, my son, he trusted you so much. Mr. Kim, I knew this would happen. That boy never respected Taehyung. Jungkook didn't say anything. His eyes were fixed on Taehyung. After a quiet moment, Mrs. Kim turned to Jungkook. Mrs. Kim, Jungkook, what should we do now? Jungkook finally spoke. Jungkook, there is only one way to protect him from humiliation. Both parents looked at each other. Mr. Kim, what do you mean? Jungkook turned towards them fully. His voice was calm but firm. Jungkook, if Taehyung wakes up and finds out he has been publicly abandoned, it will destroy him. The guest will gossip. He will be broken even more. Mrs. Kim's lips Mrs. Kim, then what is the solution? Jungkook looked at Taehyung again, then said clearly, Jungkook, I will marry him. Both parents stared at him in shock. Mrs. Kim, what? You? But you are his stepbrother, Jungkook. We are not blood related and I don't see him as my younger stepbrother. I never did. Mr. Kim narrowed his eyes. Mr. Kim, Jungkook, this is a very big decision. We don't even believe in marriage, Jungkook. I don't believe in meaningless marriages, but this one has meaning. Mrs. Kim hesitated. Mrs. Kim, are you doing this out of pity? Jungkook shook his head. Jungkook, no, I am doing this because they deserve someone who wouldn't abandon him like trash. Jimin, who was listening silently, spoke up. Jimin, what if Taehyung wakes up and gets scared? What if he refuses? Jungkook looked at Taehyung's face. Jungkook, then I wouldn't force him, but I will give him a choice. Silence filled the room again. Mrs. Kim wiped her tears. Mrs. Kim, if you truly mean it, then we have no objection. Mr. Kim nodded slowly. Mr. Kim, Jungkook, take care of him. Jungkook, go silently. Jungkook, I will. Just then, Taehyung fingers twitched silently. Jungkook immediately moved forward. Jungkook, Taehyung. Taehyung slowly opened his eyes, confused. Taehyung, Hyung. His gaze moved around the room. Then he remembered everything, the empty venue, Dongyu not arriving, the rumors, the pain hit him again, and tears immediately filled his eyes. Hyung, is it true? Did he really leave me? Jungkook sat beside him, took his trembling hands gently but firmly. Jungkook, Taehyung, listen to me carefully. Taehyung looked at him with broken, swollen eyes. Jungkook held his gaze. Jungkook, do you want to save your dignity today? Taehyung blinked, confused. Dignity? Jungkook, yes. You don't deserve to walk out of this room as an abandoned groom. Taehyung's lips shook. Taehyung, but what do I do? Jungkook took a breath, then said clearly, Jungkook, marry me. Taehyung froze completely, his eyes widened in disbelief. Taehyung, what did you say? Jungkook didn't waver. Jungkook, marry me, Taehyung. Taehyung stared at him, stunned, his breath catch in his chest. The world stopped. Taehyung sat frozen, staring at Jungkook with wide eyes. The sound of the guest outside blurred into the distant hum as the words "marry me" echoed in his ears again and again. His heart pounded painfully. He didn't know if Jungkook was being serious. He didn't know if this was the solution of Taehyung, I don't know what to do. Jungkook leaned slightly forward. Jungkook, look at me, Taehyung. Taehyung slowly lifted his tear-filled eyes. Jungkook, this wedding is already happening. Your relatives are here. If you walk out without a groom, the same will hurt you for the rest of your life. Taehyung, breathe. See it, Taehyung. And you are willing to marry someone who is crying over another man? Jungkook's jaw tightened. Jungkook, you're not crying because you love him. You are crying because you trusted him. Taehyung paused, pressed his shaking hands together. Taehyung, people will talk. They will call this a forced marriage. Jungkook, let them talk. I don't care. Taehyung blinked at him. Jungkook, I just want you to stand with dignity. That's all. Taehyung felt a lump forming in his throat. His parents stepped closer. Mrs. Kim Tae, we know this is sudden, but we can't let you go through this pain in front of everyone. Mr. Kim, your Hyung is giving you a chance to protect yourself. Taehyung looked back at Jungkook. The older man's expression was steady, calm, but there was something hidden there. Taehyung whispered, Taehyung, will I be burden to you? Jungkook, you will never be a burden to me. Taehyung's eyes filled again. Taehyung, then I'll do it. I'll marry you. Jimin let out a shaky exhale. Mrs. Kim hugged her son tightly while crying softly. Mrs. Kim, you are so brave, my son. Taehyung didn't feel brave. He felt numb. Jungkook stood up, walked towards the door. Jungkook, get him ready again. Call the priest, we have an hour. His voice was firm, full of responsibility. The family quickly began preparing for unexpected marriage. 1 hour later, Taeyong walked towards the decorated stage beside Jungkook. His steps were slow, heavy, but he held himself together, whispers spread among the guests. But one glare from Jungkook's most mouth. Immediately, Taeyong felt embarrassed but strangely protected. The wedding rituals started. Jungkook remained silent throughout, his posture straight, his hands. Taeyong's hand trembled whenever he had to hold something. Jungkook noticed every time during the vows the priest said, praise to you, Jungkook, accept Kim Taehyung as your husband. Jungkook looked straight in Taehyung's and answered without hesitation, Jungkook, yes, I accept. Taehyung's heart escaped, then priest turned to him. Praise to you, Kim Taehyung accept Jeon Jungkook as your husband. Taehyung swelled hard. He glanced at his parents. They smiled encouragingly. He looked at Jungkook, who was watching him with unreadable eyes. Taehyung whispered softly, Taehyung, yes, I accept. Jungkook nodded once, a small gesture, but enough to give Taehyung a bit of strength. Within minutes, they were declared married. People clapped politely. Though many were confused, Taeyong forced a small smile, but his chest felt hollow. Jungkook stood closer to him than usual, almost like a silent shield. When they touched for rituals, Jungkook's touch was gentle, never making them uncomfortable. After the ceremony, the family took photos. They looked visibly tired, but Jungkook stayed beside him, speaking only when necessary. When it was time to leave, Taeyong quietly said, Taeyong, thank you for taking responsibility. Hyung. Jungkook shook his head slightly. Jungkook, I didn't do it out of responsibility. Taeyong looked at him confused. But Jungkook didn't explain further. Back at the Kim house, everything fell slowly. The house was quiet and warm, decorated for a celebration that was nearly meant to happen. Taehyung stood inside the childhood bedroom, staring at the walls. Everything felt unreal. Taehyung walked in behind him with two small bags. Taehyung, you are staying here, Jungkook, for a while. My house in Korea isn't ready yet. I need some time to shift my business from Japan. Taehyung nodded softly. Taehyung, you can take the bed. I will sleep on the couch. Jungkook immediately shook his head. Jungkook, no, you sleep on the bed. You are already weak. Taehyung bit his lips. Taehyung, but you are also tired, Hyung. Jungkook, I'm fine. You take the bed. Taehyung didn't argue further. As night settled, Taehyung sat on the bed quietly, knees pulled to his chest. Jungkook turned off the main lights and lay down on the couch. The silence was heavy but not uncomfortable. After a few minutes, Jungkook said softly, Jungkook, Taehyung. Taehyung, Jungkook, if you want to cry, don't hold back. Taehyung closed his eyes tiredly. Tears slipped down. Taehyung, I feel embarrassed, Hyung. I feel so cheap, Jungkook. Why? Taehyung, because the person I waited for threw me away like I was nothing. Jungkook sat up slowly. Jungkook, Taehyung. Taehyung didn't look at him. Jungkook, you didn't lose anything. You lost you. Taehyung wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. Taehyung, then why does it hurt so much? Jungkook, because you loved honestly. Taehyung leaned against the headboard, hugging his knees. Taehyung, I feel ashamed, I feel guilty, I feel like I'm disappointing everyone. Jungkook walked to the bed and sat on the edge, leaving a respectful distance. Jungkook, look at me. Taehyung hesitated, then looked up. Jungkook, you didn't disappoint anyone. You were loyal for 5 years. You were patient. You believe in love. None of this is wrong. Taehyung Stephen softly. Taehyung, Hyung, why are you being so kind to me? Jungkook held his gaze. Jungkook, because someone should be. Taehyung's toe tightened again and he quickly looked down. Taehyung, thank you. Jungkook nodded once and returned to the couch. Taehyung cried silently that night, hiding his face in the pillow. Jungkook stayed awake for a long time, listening to every broken breath. Every morning Taehyung wake up with swollen eyes, his head hurt, and his chest still felt heavy. He walked slowly into the dining hall. His parents were already there, along with Jungkook, Mr. Kim. Mrs. Kim rushed to him immediately. Mrs. Kim, Tae, did you sleep well? Are you feeling better? Taehyung nodded weakly. Jungkook stood up and pulled a chair for him. Jungkook, sit, eat something. Taehyung blinked at him, surprised at the gentle gesture. He sat down quickly. Mr. Kim pushed the bowl towards him. Mr. Kim, eat slowly. Your stomach must be empty since yesterday. Taehyung picked up the spoon, but his hands shook. Jungkook noticed. Jungkook, I will feed you if you keep trembling like that. Taehyung blurred slightly and shook his head. Taehyung, I can do it. He forced himself to eat. Mrs. Kim stroked his hair softly. Mrs. Kim, we are all here, Thay. Don't overthink, Them nodded, even though his chest tightened with guilt. After breakfast, Them walked into the garden. He sat alone on the bench, staring at the flowers without seeing them. He heard footsteps and knew instantly who it was. Jungkook sat beside him, leaving his space. Jungkook, why are you outside in the cold? Then I wanted some air. Jungkook crossed his arms. Jungkook, you are thinking too much again. Then lowered his gaze. Then Hyun, did I ruin your life too? Now you are stuck with me. Jungkook turned to him softly. Jungkook, don't say that. Taehyung flinched slightly. Jungkook, I married you because I made the choice, not because I was forced. Taehyung looked confused. Taehyung, but why would you choose me? Jungkook looked ahead at the sky. Jungkook, because you are Taehyung. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, that doesn't explain anything. Jungkook smiled faintly. Jungkook, maybe one day it will. Jungkook smiled faintly. Jungkook, maybe one day it will. Taehyung didn't understand, but he didn't push further. Jungkook began staying home more, taking meetings online. He started calling, making calls to shift his business from Japan to Korea. Whenever Taehyung looked too quiet, Jungkook found a reason to talk to him. Jungkook, Taehyung, let's walk outside. Jungkook, Taehyung, don't sit alone in the dark. Taehyung would respond softly, always polite, always trying not to trouble him. Jungkook would watch him silently, noticing every small change. Taehyung's parents helped him a lot. They made sure Taehyung wasn't left alone. They talked to him more, tried to laugh with him, tried to remind him that life. Slowly, very slowly, Taehyung began to smile again. One morning, while arranging flowers in the wash, he hummed lightly. Without noticing, Jungkook entered the living room and stopped it. It was first time he heard Taehyung hum since the wedding. Jungkook, you are in a good mood today? Taehyung jumped slightly. Taehyung, I didn't know you were behind me. Jungkook, you seem better. Taehyung looked at the flowers shyly. Taehyung, I'm trying to. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, you are doing well. Things just warmed. It felt nice to hear that. One evening, Taehyung walked into the living room holding two cups of tea. He placed one in front of Jungkook, who was working on his laptop. Taehyung, I made tea for you. Jungkook looked up. Jungkook, you didn't have to. Taehyung, I wanted to. You are working so hard. Jungkook took the cup with his softened eye. His softened eyes softened than usual. Jungkook, thank you. Taehyung sat beside him, holding his legs on the couch. Taehyung is Jungkook sighed. Jungkook, it's tiring, but I want to be here. Taehyung smiled faintly. Taehyung, I'm glad you are here. Jungkook paused, then said gently, Jungkook, I'm glad too. Taehyung's heart fluttered just a little. He wasn't fully healed yet. He still cried at night. Sometimes he still woke up remembering Do Young's betrayal. But now there was also Jungkook, quite protective, patient, and slowly Taehyung began turning into his old self again. Painful memories were still there, but now he was not alone. He had someone who didn't abandon him, someone who chose him, and maybe someone who would love him one day. A full year has passed since the wedding, a year of slow healing, soft applies, gentle touches, and nights when Taehyung cried quietly and Jungkook sat beside him without saying a word, just placing a warm palm on his shoulder until Taehyung stopped trembling. The world had changed, Taehyung had changed, and most of all, Jungkook has changed. But the past, the morning was quiet when the doorbell rang. Taehyung was in the kitchen watching his little plant pots when he heard Jungkook's sharp voice from the hallway. Jungkook, what are you doing here? Taehyung froze. That voice, he knew it. He turned slowly and saw Do Young standing at the door. Dirty clothes, tired eyes, messy hair. Do Young, I came back for you. A full year of memory slammed into him. The humiliation, the betrayal, the empty wedding hall. Then, why? Why are you here? The young Sim left me. She took everything. I made a mistake. I need you. Jungkook stepped in front of him. Then instantly, like a shield, Jungkook, you don't get to need him now. The young stay out of this. They still loves me. He always did. Taehyung felt something break inside him, but not sadness, not loving. Peace. For the first time, he looked at Doyoung without pain. Taehyung, I don't love you anymore. Doyoung's face twisted. Doyoung, I left you for one mistake. You can forgive me. Taehyung's Jungkook's jaw clenched. Jungkook, this isn't a mistake. You cheated. You abandoned him. On his wedding day, his voice turned cold, and you are going to jail for it. Doyoung blinked. What? Taehyung stood beside Jungkook in the police station. His hands were cold, shaking a little, but Jungkook held them firmly. Officer, you are a criminal complaint of fraud. Taehyung nodded silently. Jungkook, yes, I am his legal spouse and supporting his charges. Taehyung shouted from behind the bars. Taehyung, I love you. After everything we had, Taehyung finally looked up. His voice didn't tremble. Taehyung, we had nothing. You never even cared enough to kiss me. Taehyung went silent. Jungkook gently guided Taehyung out of the station. They reached home. Jungkook opened the door for him quietly, but Taehyung didn't walk in. He stood outside the house, breathing heavily, clenching something hidden behind his back. Jungkook frowned. Are you okay? Did Taehyung's word hurt you? Taehyung, no, I'm okay. This felt hard. I'm just ready. Jungkook blinked. Ready? Taehyung took a deep breath and pulled out a small velvet box, a bouquet of tiger lily flowers. Jungkook closed his eyes within, breathe catching in his throat. Taehyung, these flowers mean confident and a new beginning. His eyes cracked. And you gave me both. Jungkook's lips parted slightly in shock. Taehyung stepped closer. Taehyung, you held me when I cried. You cooked for me. You took care of me when I couldn't even take care of myself. His eyes glittered. You kissed my forehead when I felt worthless. You made me feel safe. Jungkook's throat tightened. Jungkook, you don't have to. Taehyung, I want to. Tears rolled down his cheeks. Hugh, I love you. Silence, warm, trembling silence. Then Taehyung opened the box. Inside was a simple, elegant diamond ring. Jungkook's breath broke. Jungkook, why are you giving this to me? I should be the one, Taehyung, because I choose you. His voice was soft and shy. Will you choose me too? Jungkook closed the distance and cupped Taehyung. Jungkook, I already did. He placed a soft, trembling kiss on Taehyung's forehead. Then on his nose, then finally on his lips, a slow, warm, emotional, full of everything they had held back for a year. Taehyung melted instantly, tears running down his face as he clenched Jungkook's shirt. Tears running down his face. Jungkook cried, carried Taehyung inside the house, one arm under Taehyung's knees, the other around his back. Taehyung blushing him. Taehyung blushing him. You don't have to carry me, Jungkook. Jungkook, I want to. He placed Taehyung gently on the bed, brushing his hair tenderly. Jungkook, are you sure, Tae? I don't want to rush you. Taehyung held Jungkook's wrist firmly. Taehyung, I'm sure I want you. His voice trembled slightly. Only you. Jungkook leaned forward and kissed him again. Slow, deep, emotional. Taehyung's breathless whispered, Hyung. Jungkook kissed along his jawline, down his neck, leaving soft marks, gentle hickeys that make Taehyung whimper softly. Jungkook, tell me if it's too much, Taehyung. It's not. I like it. Don't stop. Jungkook smiled and pulled him closer. Their breath mixed. The fingers tangled. Taehyung cried quietly, not from pain but from overwhelming love and relief, putting his face in Jungkook's shoulder. Taehyung, thank you for loving me. Jungkook, I always will. The room filled with soft kisses, whimpers, whispered promises, warm touches, and shared tears. And when Jungkook finally wrapped him tightly in his arms, Taehyung whispered against his lips, Taehyung, Hyung, this is the happiest day of my life. The night faded into gentle warmth, two hearts finally beating together, not out of obligation, not out of pressure, but out of love. The end. I don't know what would you like more. Um, you can comment me down, and if there is any left requested video, I am still working on it, so I will upload it soon. So yeah, keep waiting for that. We'll be back soon. Bye bye. Love you. Bye.